Director of the Namibia Media Trust, Zoe Titus, who is also the new chairperson of the Global Forum for Media Development, says impunity reigns and continues to deepen in Africa and the world as perpetrators are not held accountable. Every citizen has the right to demand action and justice from governments for the abuse of journalists. However, Titus says this should start with citizens' appreciation of journalists and the role they play in safeguarding democracy and good governance.
And I don't think that there is sufficient awareness of the important role that the media plays in our society. And as we said earlier in the video, an attack on a journalist is an attack on democracy itself.
Media Ombudsman John Nakuta, on his part, bemoaned delays in adoption of the Access to Information Bill, which he says remain a thorn in the flesh of progressive journalism. Nakuta cited the case between the Central Intelligence and the Patriot newspaper as an example of government agents trying to silence the media by pulling out some sorts of legal or security fears to claim immunity from media.
My biggest cut that we are facing in the country, in the media space, is that the law has been used and can potentially be used to silence our journalists.
Namibia currently holds the top spot in Africa for press freedom, and there have not been any reports of journalists killed or prosecuted in the country. However, journalists are of the view that the country should not ignore the few events where journalists still face getting into confrontation with politicians, police, or court-appearing suspects in the line of their duties.
And then obviously the access to information, you literally have to beg. Just today in court we had an incident where the registrar of the court just unceremoniously threw out journalists because we were taking pictures and we were within our rights because this court was not in session, the judge was not there, but she came and she took advantage of her position as the registrar.
The 2nd of November provides an opportunity to reflect on the issue of impunity for crimes against journalists and, importantly, to push for an end to that impunity. In Windhoek, journalists observed a moment of silence and screened a movie, 1,000 Cuts, a 2020 Filipino-American documentary film about renowned journalist Maria Ressa, founder of the online news site Repla, who becomes a top target of Filipino President Rodrigo Duterte's press crackdown. Daniel Nadunyan, BC News, Windhoek.